Hello friends, welcome to Mango County Overseas. India is a country with second largest population and according to various data aggregating agencies, India is slated to overtake China in 2023 to become the most populous country on earth. A small percentage of this huge population from both countries decides to move abroad every year. Why do they do so? Well, that itself could be a topic for another discussion, but not today. For now, let us just begin with the fact that historically India has been one of the leading countries when it comes to its citizens migrating to other countries. Now, if you too are thinking of moving abroad, then this video will give you some background about how to initiate the journey. Broadly, the people moving overseas can be categorized into two kinds. One who move abroad for education and second who move abroad directly to work. Those who move abroad for studies can check out our video planning for foreign education, the link for which is given below in the description box. That video will give you some idea about the planning process for foreign education. In this video, we will discuss the second kind, people who move abroad for work. Now, who are you? Since you did not go abroad for education and now are thinking of moving out, that means you are someone who has finished the education and is most likely working somewhere. You have already gained some work experience, you have experienced the work culture around, you have figured out your future prospects in whichever industry you are working in. And most probably you are thinking, will it be better for me to go to a country where I can have better prospects career wise? If you are someone who is thinking like this, then it is also possible that you are not married yet, isn't it? And how about if you are married and even have kids? Then what? Is it possible for you to move abroad? Is age an important factor? Let us see. Whether single or married, relax. You haven't missed the bus yet. If you have a desire to work abroad, then there are various ways to achieve that. Obviously, first of all, you will try to find a job in a foreign land through online search. If that works, great. But the chances of you getting a job overseas while you are working here in India is very low. You will have to have a really excellent academic and professional background. Another way of finding a job overseas is combing through your colleagues who are already located there. But again, this happens to a very small percentage of people who are mostly working in the IT industry. Even there also it is getting difficult. Gone are the days when anyone could go on site. Then there is the PR way. Many Indians who decide to move abroad in their late 20s or early 30s go by this route. Please note, PR is not the only solution. There are countries where you can work indefinitely on work visa without even thinking about PR. And there are millions of Indians doing that. But in this video, we will talk about PR. As you may be aware that there are countries which allow you to apply for PR even if you are not present in those countries. Major examples are Canada and Australia. Also, there are many tiny countries which allow PR application from outside. But be assured, not a lot of Indians go to those countries, mainly because these are tiny islands and have small economies. These countries are not feasible from long-term point of view. So when should you start? Ideally, the earlier it is, the better it is. The duration of the whole PR process depends on how you tackle it. It also depends on the country you have chosen. In some cases, it will take just 6 months for you to get your PR. Whereas if you are not diligent enough, then the process may take more than 2 years. Mostly when you achieve 2 to 5 years of work experience in India after your graduation, you should start considering the move. By that time, you will be approximately 24 to 28 years of age. It is possible that some of you might not be able to do that because of some issues in your personal lives. Or some people start thinking about marriage when they cross 25, 26 years of age. No worries. Even if you are married, that is okay. You can still plan your move. You can practically make a move abroad till say about 35, 36 years of age, depending on how your personal life is shaping up. Beyond 35, 36, it becomes increasingly difficult if you start afresh. Yes, if you had started your process sometime when you were 32, 33, and it took you 2 to 3 years to complete the process, then of course you can shift to your new location even in your late 30s. But if you are starting from zero after 35, 36, then it will get more and more difficult for you. It is not completely impossible, but you will need to put extra efforts and the options might be costly. Whichever way you follow for moving abroad, there are a few things you should keep in mind. Don't land up in a country which you might regret moving to. Try to choose a country according to your personality. For example, Ever since Canada began express entry visa process for PR applications, there has been a tsunami of applications from India. It is not that Canada is a wrong choice, but it is not for everyone. Just because a friend of yours went there doesn't mean that you should follow suit. See, there are two types of countries when it comes to work visas. One, where if you secure a work visa, then the path to PR is somewhat easier. And then there are countries where even if you have a valid work visa, your path towards PR is not a smooth one. Plus, if you are married, then you should be extra careful because it is not just you, but your family's visas are also involved. Then, usually, what happens is that when you spend a few years in such countries, you get used to the life there, and then you start thinking about citizenship there. Getting a new citizenship is a big decision. You will have to renounce your Indian citizenship as India doesn't allow dual citizenship. It doesn't matter if your new country allows multiple citizenships. You will have to part ways with your Indian citizenship. When you get a new citizenship, how easy it is to get your other family members to visit you or stay with you. This point also matters to a lot of people. Not all countries are friendly in that aspect. Yes, spouse and children can accompany you. But how about parents, grandparents, siblings? That's why it is suggested that when you think of moving abroad, choose a country wisely. Now, there are so many countries that one can think of moving to. Each of those countries has many work visa types. Each country has its own immigration system. The time frames for applying PR varies a lot. The documentation process is different. You have to take care of your IELTS in some cases. You might be busy in your work and family life. It sometimes becomes difficult to focus on various deadlines. It is possible that sometimes the process gets delayed due to various reasons which are not in your hands. Corona pandemic was one such example. You might lose interest in the process. Patience is required. If you think you can sail through all ups and downs on your own, then great. But if you think you will need help down the line, then it is always good to take some professional help. We at Mango County Overseas provide online counseling to discuss your options for choosing a country. Each individual has a unique situation, so the discussion has to be that individual centric. You can get in touch with us at the email ID provided. Such discussion can last anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour or so. You may ask us about whatever queries you have in your mind. Please note that this discussion will only be to find answers to your questions. We will try to suggest you viable options based on your situation. Whether to go for the actual PR process application later on is up to you. So that's it, friends. We will meet again with a new video. Please share, subscribe, and thanks for watching.